Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation News fans. Here is a fact-based summary of the story contents. Here is a simplified version of the story contents. Here is a lighthearted take on the story contents. The Golden Bachelor winner Theresa Nist revealed that the Bachelor in Paradise Season 10 producers rejected her from the show, and this could be proof that they're starting to care about the contestants' well-being more than the ratings. During the Golden Bachelor Season 1, Theresa got engaged to Jerry Turner, and they were married shortly after in a live television spectacle called The Golden Wedding. However, just 3 months later in April 2024, they announced that they were getting a divorce. For the first time ever, Bachelor in Paradise will welcome contestants from the Golden franchise to the show, which will take place on the beaches of Costa Rica rather than Mexico for Season 10. Bachelor in Paradise Season 10 also has a new showrunner, Scott Teddy, who took over after the show's year-long hiatus. The Golden Bachelor Season 1 runner-up Leslie Fima and the Golden Bachelorette contestant Gary Livingston have already been announced as contestants. But Theresa has now revealed that she won't be joining them because she wasn't cast on the show, proving that the producers might actually have her best interest at heart. Although it seemed that Theresa might be a given to join the cast of Bachelor in Paradise Season 10 after her divorce from Jerry, the producers ultimately decided not to cast her. On the Ben and Ashley I Almost Famous podcast, Theresa revealed that she was originally asked to be a contestant on the show, but ultimately she was rejected because she changed her mind too much during the casting process. Theresa explained, "The chronology of events was I went through all the testing. I was already there, and they asked me to pick the guys, and then I went and said, I really can't do it. But then I actually went back and said, maybe I should give it a shot, and then I didn't get it." Theresa added that she thought that the producers didn't choose her because she wasn't committed enough to being on the show. "The chronology of events was I went through all the testing. I was already there, and they asked me to pick the guys, and then I went and said, I really can't do it. But then I actually went back and said, maybe I should give it a shot, and then I didn't get it." Theresa also shared that she initially was very excited about the show, but then she realized that she was more thrilled about a reunion vacation with her Golden Bachelor co-stars, including Leslie, with whom she's become great friends since the show aired, than a chance to date the Golden Bachelorette contestants. She said, "I kind of thought it just wasn't really for me, and I really was so enthusiastic about it when it first came out. I was talking about who I'd be interested in, and then I realized that I was really just excited about seeing the women and having a reunion and having a vacation with them." Theresa continued, "So I thought that wasn't fair to make it about that. And I really didn't want to go on and pretend or just make up something or make an alliance. And I thought I'd be much better off just watching it and enjoying Leslie being on the show. So yeah, it just didn't feel right." The Bachelor in Paradise producers were right not to cast Theresa. Because Theresa was so fickle when making her Bachelor in Paradise Season 10 decision, the producers were right not to cast her. They could most likely tell that she wasn't serious about dating any of Joan Vasso's former suitors, and they probably saved her from backlash from people who'd say that she only went on the show for the publicity or for a free vacation with her friends. Theresa seemed to understand this too, because she revealed that she and her daughter spoke extensively about whether joining Bachelor in Paradise was the right decision for her. She said, "I've learned so much about myself throughout this entire experience, and one of these things is that I have to be true to myself, so that really is true for me. I will tell you that so many of my decisions I make with my daughter, and at first, we were both so enthusiastic about it. However, Theresa and her daughter changed their minds after giving it some more thought." She said, "And then we thought, gee, you know what? I've gone through such a journey where maybe the public wasn't so happy about me, and now I feel like I have such a great community, and I feel that I've got support. And I almost felt like I would go on there and maybe do something that wasn't going to work out right and wasn't going to come across as genuine. Theresa added that she didn't think that she'd be a good match for any of the Golden Bachelorette men, so she didn't want to waste their time when they could be dating someone else in Paradise. It's good that the Bachelor in Paradise producers made the decision for Theresa not to join the show, so that she didn't have to do it. Because her heart wasn't in it, they saved her from making a poor decision and ruining her reputation all over again after her divorce, during which some fans made her out to be the villain. The Bachelor in Paradise production team has seemed more interested in exploiting people than helping them make love matches throughout the past 2 seasons. Season 7 led to 4 marriages: Joe Amabile and Serena Pitt, Kenny Brosh and Mary Pepin, Thomas Jacobs and Becca Kufrin, and Noah Erb and Abigail Herringer, as well as 1 engagement, Chris Conran and Alana Milne. However, every Bachelor in Paradise Season 8 and 9 couple broke up after the show, whether they left engaged or dating. This was because the producers were out of control during those seasons, adding unnecessary twists that took a toll on the relationships and didn't allow them to fully develop. From Season 8's split house twist, in which the male and female contestants were separated and introduced to new people as temptations, to Season 9's Truth Box, Bonfire of Truth, and Comedy Roast, during which uncomfortable truths were revealed, the show did nothing but upset the contestants. The producers cared more about creating shocking moments than if they were hurting people's feelings, which they did multiple times. It was hard to watch. Bachelor in Paradise Season 10 needed major changes, and it seems as though the new showrunner is already taking steps in the right direction. It would have been very easy for the producers to cast Theresa and exploit her already heartbreaking journey since the Golden Bachelor. They could have made her out to be a villain who wasn't there for the right reasons because she wasn't interested in the men, but who instead stayed on the show in order to hang out with her friends. However, thankfully, both Theresa and the Bachelor in Paradise Season 10 producers realized that the show wasn't the right fit for her. The Bachelor in Paradise producers seem as though they were protecting Theresa by not casting her, which is a great sign that they're starting to care more about the contestants. This will definitely help the show make positive changes in the long run, and hopefully lead to the contestants finding lasting Paradise love. Announced its return for Season 10. Fans were quick to speculate which familiar faces from Bachelor Nation might be heading to the beaches of Sayulita. But amidst the buzz, one name's absence left fans confused, angry, and suspicious. Theresa Nist, the 70-year-old widow who captured hearts on The Golden Bachelor, where she tearfully accepted Jerry Turner's final rose before enduring a very public and painful divorce, just 3 months after their live fairy tale wedding. Theresa was raw, beloved, and above all, perfect for Paradise. But she wasn't invited. And now, insiders are spilling the tea on what really happened. Chapter 2. The Golden Bachelor Fallout. Back in January, just days after Jerry Turner filed for divorce citing irreconcilable differences, Theresa sat down with Good Morning America and bravely addressed the split. Her grace under fire sparked a resurgence of support from fans who had initially been skeptical of her intentions. Theresa was everything the Golden Bachelor promised, a viewer tweeted. She gave her whole heart. With ratings for Golden Bachelor skyrocketing thanks to the drama, producers began eyeing spin-offs and crossovers. Internally, there were serious talks about inviting a few Golden cast members to Paradise, a former production assistant revealed. And Theresa was the top name, at first. But then, everything changed. Chapter 3. The email she never got. In late March, Theresa's team reached out to Bachelor Nation producers to express her openness to returning to reality TV. Sources say she was open to Paradise, DVTs, or even a Golden Paradise if such a spin-off was in the works. Fans were ready. Theresa was ready. ABC seemed ready. So what happened? She was ghosted, said one insider close to the situation. After expressing interest, she never even received a reply email. It was then that fans began to notice the pattern. Older contestants from the Golden Bachelor were being left behind, while younger alumni were once again recycled into the sun-drenched chaos of Paradise. Theresa, meanwhile, began cryptically posting about learning to trust timing and recognizing closed doors as protection. Her followers began to suspect something more sinister was going on. Chapter 4: Ageism or Agenda? In an explosive podcast interview, former Bachelor contestant and outspoken advocate Taylor Nolan slammed producers' decisions. Theresa went through emotional trauma on national television and carried the franchise through an entire new demographic experiment. She should be on Paradise if she wants to be. The fact that she's not feels intentional, and fans agreed. A viral Reddit thread titled #JusticeForTheresa quickly amassed over 30,000 upvotes. Users dissected every clue, from subtle shade in franchise host Jesse Palmer's Instagram stories to the silence from Jerry Turner's camp, who had reportedly been invited to make a brief guest appearance in Paradise. He gets a cameo, and she gets ghosted, one user wrote. Make it make sense. Chapter 5: The Other Woman Theory. Then came the real bombshell. A fan account on TikTok posted a theory that quickly caught fire. Theresa had been blocked from appearing on Paradise because she had privately dated someone already cast. The producers knew who they wanted in their early 30s/40s drama triangle, the TikToker alleged. Theresa's involvement would have derailed that, especially when she started dating someone quietly post-Jerry. The man in question? Rumored to be Michael Allio, fan-favorite widower from Katie Thurston's season. I saw Theresa and Michael at a charity gala in Cleveland in February, a commenter claimed. They were absolutely together. It was low-key but obvious. Was this the reason Theresa never made it to Paradise? Chapter 6: Theresa Speaks, Kinda. By May, the fan speculation had reached fever pitch. Theresa, usually composed and kind, posted a fiery caption to her Instagram. You don't have to crash a party you weren't invited to. Sometimes you realize the real party is your piece. The message was interpreted as a direct reference to Bachelor in Paradise, and just like that, the rumors intensified. Privately, Theresa's team began doing damage control, but the fans weren't ready to let go. Why was Bachelor in Paradise rejecting the one woman who had arguably made the most authentic emotional connection in recent franchise history? Chapter 7: The Leaked Call Sheet. It wasn't until June 1st that things truly exploded. A whistleblower anonymously leaked a partial call sheet for Bachelor in Paradise Season 10 to Bachelor Tea Daily, a niche gossip account with a history of accurate scoops. Among the expected names, Brooklyn Willie, Aaron Bryant, Davia Bunch, Tyler Norris, there was one massive omission: any Golden Bachelor alum at all. Theresa's name was penciled in during early drafts, the leaker stated, but someone high up vetoed it. There was a fear that the tone of her story would overshadow the other drama. She would have made it too real. Too real? She had been through too much. Producers wanted Paradise to feel like an escape. Theresa was emotional gravity. Fans were livid. So she's too mature, too authentic, too dignified for the show now. One Reddit user asked. She gave her soul on Golden Bachelor, and this is the thanks she gets. Chapter 8: A Call from Jess Palmer. Behind the scenes, whispers began that Jess Palmer himself had reached out to Theresa in a personal capacity to apologize. Though the conversation has not been confirmed, two separate anonymous sources say the call was respectful but firm. Jesse told her they admired her strength, but Paradise just wasn't the right fit, the source said. Theresa was hurt but gracious. The implication was clear. Theresa's actual heartbreak wasn't welcome among the beachside cocktails and influencer hookups. Producers wanted the old Theresa, not the newly single, emotionally seasoned woman who could outshine the younger contestants just by being real. Chapter 9. The Petty Clapback. Theresa, never one for direct confrontation, opted for passive resistance. She posted a video montage on Instagram of her recent travels, from Italy to Sedona, with the caption, "When they say no to your face, life says yes behind your back." Set to the tune of Taylor Swift's Bejeweled, the video featured clips of Theresa laughing, dancing, and surrounded by fellow Golden contestants like Susan Knowles and Faith Martin. The video went viral. Fans dubbed it Paradise, but better. Even People magazine picked up the story, publishing an op-ed titled, "Theresa Nist was too good for Paradise anyway." Chapter 10. A Better Offer? In a surprising twist, ABC insiders confirmed that a Golden Bachelor, the reunion special, was in early development, and Theresa had already signed on. They realized they messed up, the insider revealed. Now they're building an entire special around Theresa's post-Jerry journey. There's talk of even letting her pick from a lineup of eligible men. Think Goldenette, but just for her. Suddenly, Theresa wasn't the discarded contestant. She was the centerpiece of a new franchise wave. And just like that, Bachelor Nation began to see her rejection from Paradise for what it was, the beginning of something much bigger.